Perfect. All right. Well, welcome everybody to episode 9, I heard.
9 already?
9, yeah. Of Blue Collar Startup, here with Randy Rowe. And I have in my list of who you're with, but it sounds like there's so many organizations that we could...
Randy's got a lot going on.
Yeah, so we'll just say just Randy Rowe, blue collar entrepreneur, and obviously Derek Foster, the...
Thanks.
Man, the myth, the legend,
I don't know about that. I'm working.
You're working towards
that.
legendary?
That's it.
All right, that's fair. So, Randy, why don't we just start off? I know, we're going to kind of change the format a little bit, just because when we were talking before recording, you had a lot of good stuff about franchises and buying and selling businesses, and so I think we're going to kind of speed through some of the other stuff, and so we can get to that. But why not? Let's just let's go traditional for a minute and just tell us a little bit about how you even got started in any business in the when it all first came to be.
All right. Well, I went to like most people do. I went to college for a couple of years for accounting. Did that for 6 months at a local radio station, WPYX 106, and decided that wasn't for me. It was just...
I really couldn't see you being an accountant. No,
like,
I mean that in a good way.
That was a great job.
Pix 106?
Yeah.
Is that
was when Mason and Sham were on the radio.
Where's Pix 106 out of? Is that Vermont?
No, they're local. I don't know
thinking,
where they are now.
I'm thinking about The Wiz. WIZN up in Burlington.
I'm not even sure.
Pix
the
106.
Breakfast Club and all that. So then I went to Farrell Brothers Plumbing and Heating as the general manager. And that was, 6 months out of college. That was 1985. And it was a small company. They only ran, 3 trucks. And within 6 months, I was running the place. The plan was that I helped the son run the company because the father wanted to retire in 5 years. But he retired in 2 years because he saw that I was already running the company. And then the thing with the son didn't work out. So we went on back and forth, this and that for 5 or 6 years. And then in 1995, I made an offer to just buy the company and buy the son out and just take over the company and try to grow it.
Yeah.
Which we've done. We outgrew that space, moved to Manans, added more techs, added more trucks, and we're still adding.
How old were you when you bought the business?
So, 95, I was born in 64, so what was that? 67, 30,
30,
32.
31, 32.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. And now Farrell Brothers, though, not a franchise.
No, that was, the Farrell Brothers been around since 1921, so we're 101-year-old company.
That's amazing.
Yeah. The son was third generation, but now it's not owned by Farrell anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I kept the name because everybody knows the name, and
Sure.
And people love that we're business 100 years. And,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I got a call this morning from somebody from Better Business Bureau. Like, I wanted you to come to our house. You're 100. They just love that.
Yeah.
Well, the older people anyway.
Yeah. So Farrell Brothers, but now you own multiple franchises in different industries, although they all kind of pair together.
Well, Farrell Brothers, when they started in 1921, was plumbing.
Mm-hmm.
It said plumbing and heating, but it was mostly plumbing. I mean, heating then was boilers, which was hot water, which was like plumbing. Now heating is more ductwork with air conditioning, which we got into that. They didn't really do that when I started there in 1985, but when I bought the company, we opened up a branch that did air conditioning and ductwork, and now we've added another company 2 years ago that we do geothermal, and we added a company the year before that was Tri-City Mechanical that did primarily water heaters. So we keep, and in between all of that, I bought 2 franchises. That one was plumbing, one was heating and air conditioning, that are nationwide, and they're pretty big franchises. I think each of them runs about 400 or 500 trucks nationally. So we're the only ones in this area.
So how did you go from just Farrell Brothers into saying like, hey, I want to buy these franchises?
Actually, the franchises came to me. They do their marketing.
Yep.
They do their homework. They go to cities and towns and look for companies that fit what they want, which is customer service, follow-up, profitable.
Mm-hmm.
Because, franchises, at the end of the day, they want their franchise fees.
Sure.
Yes, they want you to be successful, but the reason they want you to be successful is so you can pay them. So it's what the world, makes the world go around. So,
Okay.
But it's one hand wash you. They help you, you help them, and it all works out in the end.
So you've got Farrell Brothers Plumbing Heating,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've got Ben Franklin franchise,
Plumbing, yeah.
which is plumbing, and then you've got the
1 hour heating.
1 hour heating franchise. Are they all in the same markets?
They're all in the same markets, and they're all under one umbrella. Farrell Brothers Incorporated owns them all.
All right. Okay. Now I understand a little bit more.
Because I can't say that I'm, start a corporation, Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, because it's a franchise.
Right.
So you have to have one corporate entity.
Gotcha.
So Farrell Brothers bought them all. So, but we market to different areas. Like we still do work under Farrell Brothers, but it's mostly commercial.
Sure.
We just did a 39-unit apartment building because, that deal was made with the franchisees that jobs like that are not going to fall under the franchise because it's not really what they want.
It's not what they do.
They want, go to a house, spend 2 hours, get paid, move on to the next house. Not your guy sitting in a building for 6 months or 8 months or.
So tell us, and I'm going to ask you after, but tell, because for the people listening, Derek has recently franchised his business and is selling franchises. So from a franchisee standpoint, tell me, or tell the listeners really what the value in buying a franchise is.
Well, franchise, even though we had systems,
they
give you access to more systems, and they have, so what you're doing is you're sharing ideas across 400 companies, 300 companies. So this company found this service that, every time one of our techs clicks on their tablet to go to a job, it notifies the customer, and then it asks how they did when we got done. Stuff like that, yes, you can do that locally. And you can do that yourself, but you could spend 6 months setting it up.
Sure.
With a franchise, you just send them your email. They send you the link. You put the link on your tablets. It's done. 2 days, you're already doing that, and you don't have to look for a service. And the franchise, and the benefit is they pay for that.
Yeah.
A lot of it, not everything. There's some things that if you want, or you can upgrade to something better. But the basic service, for stuff like that, the franchisee pays for it.
Yeah. Okay. I know I've always loved the franchise models, and when I was doing sales and business consulting, that was the model for what I did was, turn your company into a franchise, even if you're not going to franchise it, but just systematize it so that it's run like a franchise, because again, franchises are
the goal
proven systems, right? Like you plug and play.
The goal is if you all do it the same, it doesn't matter. It's Dunkin' Donuts. That store needs a new manager. It's the same system every one of them. Yeah, supposedly. So. Yeah,
that's the idea, the goal, and I know. And so you with setting up your franchise, tell us a little bit about that side of things.
It's a whole process, and the nice part about buying into a franchise system is everything has been reviewed and approved by the AG. So state of New York, even to sell a franchise, they thoroughly vet that franchise, the systems, the manuals, absolutely everything. And you have to play by their rules, and you have to have certain things in your franchise agreement. You can't have other things in it. But, when you're buying a franchise, there's kind of some peace of mind for the franchisee anyway. Right. But like what Randy was saying, the idea is to, if somebody's already got it figured out and they've already made the mistakes and spent the money learning from those mistakes, and you can save somebody that agony, that's worth
right. And whatever the fee is, they're all different.
Yeah.
But it's probably still less than it's going to be if you try to do it out on your own.
Yeah.
100%.
Especially if you're getting customers. Mine was different. I already had customers. Yes. Here's what the franchise does for you. It's name recognition. There's not even that so much that it's name recognition, that it's nationwide. So, and you give, we give the money back guarantee. It's backed by the corporate's backed by the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Franchise. So there's no way that you're going to get raked over the coals by
Sure.
us. Where there's a lot of contractors there, well, I don't care what you think, I'm taking your money and not coming back. That's not the way-
Right.
Not that that's the way we worked anyway, but that's what the franchisor is, and the franchisee, that's what they're looking for, is that the company's already running good.
Mhm.
They're already making money. We just think they could, do better.
They could do better,
Make
yeah.
it run smoother.
I know. I always like, from just a consumer standpoint, if I'm working with a franchise, I know there's a level of consistency across the board. There's oversight, because I know, like, I have to assume for you that Ben Franklin probably cares if you're doing a crap job or a good job, and probably has something in there that says, like, hey, if you start being really bad, like, here's...
Yeah, I mean, they provide a website. So that was something new that got added when Authority Brands took over. Because we had our own, they had recommended people. And
Sure.
But now they pay for the website.
They build it, yeah.
Which makes sense, because, at the end of the road, if you want to leave, they own the website.
Sure.
So, it works out. But, I mean, they do a good job. And so all the reviews and all the prop go to Google or whoever. Well, the website people see that. So if you get a bad review, they're on it.
Yeah.
So, but I see them too, and I am already on.
Yeah.
It, but it's like they're watching them.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's some out there that the website people probably call back. Don't get back to the head office.
Right.
This guy's getting a lot.
Like, hey, we got a problem in Atlanta, guys. We got
You got to call. You got to stop over there.
Yeah, I mean, everything now, and that's one of the other benefits, right, with having a franchise system, is that you leverage all those franchisees and all those positive reviews.
Right.
People do leave them.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with that other service I was telling you about telling the customers, because they also ask for a review. So before we joined the franchise, we didn't ask for a review. We got a few, but usually if you don't ask, you only get bad ones. So we had maybe 10 reviews, and we had a 2.9. Well, since we started that, we have 500 or 600 reviews, and we're at a 4.8.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So we're like the top in the industry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're always going to get a bad review, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Showed up too early.
Yeah, nobody's perfect 100% of the time,
exactly.
right? It's almost like more believable if you have a 4.8 versus a 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
No
like
way
5, it's like,
five.
come on, who's good all the time, man?
Well, people move around and employees move around, and I had a guy come to me, and he worked for another company, and I said, man, they got a 4.9. Yeah, well,
right.
He goes, yeah, that's because they don't let the request for a review go out to the customers that are going to write bad ones.
Right.
So if you manipulate it, you can make, but I don't talk, I mean, mine they go out to everybody. I don't,
Yeah.
no matter what happened, write a review.
Yeah, there's reputation software that it'll send you a request for a review.
It'll only go out to somebody that's happy.
Yeah, yeah. Or it'll send I know one piece of software, it'll send you a request for a review, and if you do 3 stars or less, it takes the information, it sends it back to you, but it doesn't go to Google or Facebook.
See,
it doesn't publish it. So.
Yeah.
It's
kind
cheating.
It's dirty cool. Yeah.
It is.
It's not reputable, so if that's what they're doing with the reviews, what are they doing with their work and everything else? So.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So before we got started, we were chatting, and you had kind of mentioned buying some other businesses, and I'd really be curious to hear about when you're looking around and I guess, how do you uncover these opportunities to buy businesses? How do you evaluate them? I mean, if someone's listening and they're already doing pretty well and they're thinking they want to buy another company or another business, like, what are some things that you look? I mean, sure, it helps to be an accountant.
Yeah.
And so you're good with numbers, right? But
well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't go looking for companies.
Okay.
They come to me. And again, I think it's kind of like I said, the franchise came to me. I didn't go looking for Benjamin Franklin or 1 Hour. They came to me. These other companies that I bought, one of them just sent a letter out to a few people, and I called them. It was
next thing you know, you're
I didn't. It was a
Right.
I didn't even do geothermal, but this guy, he was an older guy, and we seemed to hit it off. So So I bought his company. The other company, he had a lot of customers, and he's got a lot. He did all the warranty work for the biggest manufacturer of water heaters and he's got probably 30,000 stickers on water heaters out there. They're all going to leak in the next 5 years.
Sure. Yeah.
So that had some value.
Sure.
And I'm always looking at customer base.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that company, you get what you pay for. You can make whatever work. Like, the geothermal company wasn't a big deal. It was just a one guy operation. So, but this company was worth some money because I knew what was out there, what the potential was. I wasn't so concerned about the warranty work. Manufacturers don't like to pay a lot of money, so we do that. But I wanted the people that have heaters that when they start leaking, we get the replacement.
Yeah, they're gonna see the stick.
So we'll do the warranty in the meantime. We'll take the hit. Won't make much money.
That's also it's your foot in the door for other.
Then it's other things. You get there and then the heater's leaking, but it's because you didn't have an expansion tank or it's the wrong size gas. And there's always things like that.
Yeah. And when you buy a company like that, are you looking to do you do any active cross marketing or reaching out to them to or do you just wait to hear from them in that situation?
No. Well, that company we did cross market. We sent out we entered them. Well, the ones that we had. The problem was I don't have the names of the ones that have a sticker underwater.
Sure.
I have to wait for them to call.
Gotcha.
We ran some ads, Times Union, that Tri-City is now Farrell Brothers, 1 hour heating and air and all that.
Yeah.
So, and we still run that ad because there's still people out there that have that sticker on there.
Sure.
So just letting them know that we're still here.
Kept the phone number.
Yeah. Phone numbers.
Want to make sure the number on that sticker is still.
Yeah.
So as I think you said you went to Farrell Brothers in 85. How many years is that? Is that 30? 40 years?
40 years ago?
Holy moly.
Close to it, right?
Yeah, almost.
Wow.
37. 37 years. What do you think the biggest challenge that you've seen in 37 years is?
Well, big challenge was getting customers. I mean, you needed work. You had guys. Now it's finding guys to do the work. I mean, it always changes. You had COVID. You had those challenges. And we've gone. You try things like we did a Walmart in Kingston. Mm-hmm. I'll never do that. I mean, that's just bigger than for what we're cut out for. So,
sure.
But you learn a lot.
Yeah.
And you know what not to do. So that's the key about learning. You learn that, that was great. I didn't, still in business, but I'll never do that again. Yeah. But right now it's finding people that are qualified that actually, it's not, and it's gotten to a point with the employment, with the workforce out there. It's not that they don't show up to work every day. Mm-hmm. The first problem is they don't show up for the interview. They don't call. I'll tell you, the last 6 people that I've scheduled an interview with, 3 of them didn't even show up. Yeah. And this is off of Indeed. This is off of the major sites.
Now, what do you typically, when you post, Randy, for an entry-level plumber, what do they typically make in a year?
We post at, $30 an hour, and you make more than that if you're
plus overtime.
Plus,
yeah.
Not people, but I think in this industry, in my industry, for everything that we do, if you want to work, you can make as much money as you want.
Yeah, 100%. And you're also giving these guys an education at the same time.
Exactly. And I'll train. I mean, they ask you to train. Yeah, we'll train. But, they come to work and all they want to do is be on their phone all day. And you're not going to learn anything if you're not paying attention. Yeah.
It's interesting. So $30 an hour. I'm awful at math without a calculator. What does that equate to a year?
At the end of the year, I've got guys here to here that, bottom 50, top 100. So, you can come in anywhere in the middle.
Yeah. And some of these guys are coming in 0 skills, all on the job training. It's interesting. A lot of money to be made out there, I guess, right?
Yeah. The key is, and I have no problem with people advancing and moving on, is if you're going to leave me, it's hopefully to go start your own thing. Because you're not going to go work for a better company. You're not going to go work for an easier guy to work for, and you're not going to work for a better company. You don't leave for $1 an hour.
Right.
Because you can make that here.
Yeah.
Work an extra hour, and you make $20 or $40 extra. So, because we always have work, and if guys want to work weekends, I'll get them working. If they want to work overtime, I don't ever tell them, no, you already got 40 hours, go home. It's just not the way it is.
Yeah. What's next? And not a lot of people have that mentality at all. And if I'm hearing you correctly, you basically take an entry level guy, they stay with you, they learn a trade, 10 years, whatever the case may be. And, chances are they're making good money. They could save up some of that money and eventually, and I'm sure, because I like to see it with our staff too, people who come in and do the right things, go start your own thing.
Right.
That's fine. There's no problem with that.
Exactly.
Do it the right way.
No, I'm not gonna. And they think I don't get upset over that.
No.
I get upset. You go work for the competition because
100%.
they all do. I mean, they have,
Mm-hmm.
and they all come back.
Yeah.
That's funny. Go work for the competition and come back on in. What do you think biggest mistake in 37 years?
Yeah, well, there's been mistakes. At this point, you know what? I mean, in hindsight, it's 2020, but
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have worked as many hours I worked and spent more time making it to all the kids' games. I mean, not that I didn't go to them, but
Yeah.
you only have one shot at that.
Sure.
So I'd say do that when you can. Because right now, they're living in all different cities. And
Yeah.
So
Happens
listen
quick.
to me there.
Yeah, I know. I'm right
You
in it
still
right
got
now.
that.
Yeah, I'm just starting it out, and I'm learning that it's hard. You got.
Well, yeah, because you're gonna have your phone, but I mean, cancel that meeting, reschedule that meeting, get to the game,
Sure.
get to the recital, get to what you can.
Yeah.
Because they're only young for that stuff for 15 years.
Yeah.
Then,
So what's a typical day look like for you, Randy, from start to finish? I mean, do you have a routine? Do you have any particular schedule that you follow?
my only part of my day that's pretty much the same every day is I get to the office around 5:15, and I get as many proposals out, invoices out, and stuff off my desk till 7, and then who knows?
Then all hell breaks
Then
loose all day, right?
everybody starts showing up. The technicians start showing up. Because I got to go over what job. I mean, we have a lot of, like, service calls, no, but we have a lot of projects, boiler installs.
Yeah.
So I got to tell them what's going on with that. And then, so that's for a couple of hours. Then I go out. I'm on the road most of the day after that, looking at projects, checking on projects.
So you're handling sales, operations.
Yeah, my
wearing
guys
all
sell a
hats.
lot.
Yeah.
I mean, if cell phones, I'm doing a lot of that right at my desk too now.
Yeah.
Dealing with customers.
Yeah.
They want a price on, it's a lot of time out of my day to go look at a bathroom toilet or something like.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a whole remodel, I look. But lady wants a faucet moved on her side of her house. I say, send me a picture where it is. Send me a picture and tell you a month. They just want to know.
Sure.
And that's why we went to flat rate pricing because, they charge by the hour. I said, well, then the slower they work, the more you pay, right?
Yeah.
So I said, when you go get your brakes done, do they work by the hour or they tell you it's going to be $342? They tell me it's going to be. Same thing. When you want a new toilet, it's, $540, it's whatever it is. I mean, but now you can stop watching the clock and you can stop worrying about what the plumber's doing. We can come in, put the toilet in, pay the bill, and everybody's happy. So
Everybody's happy. So we're gonna take a quick break.
mm-hmm.
Message from our sponsor. We don't have any sponsors yet, but we're working on that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you're watching the video, check out our new hats. I think you could probably buy one soon on the website. So, but we'll be right back.
This episode of Blue Collar Startup is brought to you by Daigle Cleaning Systems and DCS Franchising. Launch your blue collar startup with a proven system like Daigle Cleaning Systems. This episode also brought to you by Spa City Digital. Take your blue collar business to the next level with Spa City Digital, making marketing easier. Special thanks to our guest today, Randy Rowe from Farrell Brothers Incorporated. And now, back to the interview.
So we're back. Second half of the show here is typically our rapid fire questions. So we're just going to talk to you about a few different things that we typically ask. So first question we usually ask is, what are your thoughts on work ethic?
Right now, it's anyone that I've hired lately, there is not a lot of work ethic. It's skate,
Yeah.
do as little as possible, get to the end of the day, get paid at the end of the week, unfortunately. So that's one thing I'm looking at when I hire people is, I can tell, you can look at where they've been, you look at their resume. Usually if, there's 6 places and they're all here or something, there's always a reason.
The pattern's going to continue.
Yeah, it's probably not going to stop
Yeah.
here. So, but it's tough to maybe. Actually, I had a young guy start, and his work ethic was terrible when he started.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when I gave him responsibility, because he was another one that was just, would work, and then if I'm not there and there's nothing for him to do, he's home.
Yeah.
But I started sending him out on calls. Not that he was, he was mechanically inclined. That's the key in my industry.
Yeah.
If you can fix something, and that I think should be the key to everyone out there. Everyone that's, high schoolers, college, if you have something that you're good at, then why not pursue that? If you can fix something, then go into a career where you fix something. Don't go to school to become a salesperson or whatever.
Yeah.
You may not be that good at that.
Yeah.
So why do you want to train your brain something totally different when you already know how to do something?
Yeah.
You just need to specify what it is you're going to do. I mean, you want to fix cars, you want to fix plumbing, you want to fix heating, whatever. But if you're good with your hands, I see, I was watching a video on they were showing us how to fix this 50-year-old toilet. And because this customer wanted us to fix this 50-year-old toilet. And it was a specialty. But the guy doing the video obviously was an actor because he's holding the wrench backwards. I'm like, why don't you have a mechanic doing this video?
Right.
But
He's holding the wrench backwards.
well, it's like a pressure wrench. And you're putting all the pressure on the. It's like, well, he's holding that wrench backwards. There's no reason. It's wide open.
50-year-old toilet must have had some sort of.
It's older than that. It's
Really?
right in my hand. This guy, you wouldn't believe that the time we spent fixing this sink in this toilet. He didn't care how much it was.
Just keep it going,
Just make it work.
That's hilarious.
It was crazy.
I know we got in this a little bit beforehand, but I definitely love to get your thoughts on the podcast. Here is at college. What are your thoughts on college?
I think college is great for as long as you pick what you want to go to college for. And if you don't, a lot of them don't know, they go in undecided.
Yeah.
But I think they're using the term college. I think college, career school, trade school should all be together. I think, for the last 30 or 40 years, your parents are saying you got to go to college. You can't get a job, you don't go to college. It's more that you can't get a job if you don't get some continued education in whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah.
Yes, you're probably not ready to go work for somebody right out of high school. Maybe you are. But if you want to continue learning, then learn what you know or what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just say, well, I have to go to college because my parents said I have to go to college and they're paying for it. So I'm going to college.
Yeah, I always said from my college experience, the biggest thing that I've learned is how to keep learning. Life's a continuing learning process. You learn something new every day. So it's not. I think the common misconception is I'm going to graduate in 4 years. I'm done learning.
And I got a great job and it's paying me great money, and
it doesn't work that way.
Not necessarily.
Well, you have to keep learning and you have to relearn.
Yeah.
And you have to change. Well, what was right 10 years ago doesn't work now. COVID changed a lot of that.
Yeah. It changed a lot. It's interesting to see all the changes
I used
that are
to
happening.
just, when I had something sold, like if I needed the boiler for your house, and it wasn't doing it for a month, I'd order it in 28 days. Now I order stuff 4 months because you don't know when you can get it.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
It's insane.
What's and we talked about your day-to-day and like morning routines and stuff. What about, do you do any kind of like business planning for your companies? Any kind of goal setting? How do you approach that?
For myself or for my employees?
For any of it. Do you sit down and say like once a year or twice a year, like, hey, here's where I want my business to be and this is the things we need to change that? Or are you just kind of
Unfortunately, I do, but it's all in here.
Keeping your head, yeah? Yeah?
No, but like I don't know if I told you, but like the company that I just bought, I have a plan for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a plan, and the other thing behind the franchises was I don't have a succession. I don't have anyone taking over any of my companies. I have the one that I got that there's a plan to sell that. But so I figured when I joined those franchises, I figured I was about 10 years away from having to do something.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting at that desk at 5 o'clock every day for the rest of my life. Maybe I will, who knows? But I'd rather have the choice if I want to go there at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Right now I have to go there at 5. And, I just wake up early. That's fine. But, maybe in 10 years, I don't want to get up. Or maybe on Tuesday morning, I'm tired. I'm going to stay in. But, right now, that's not an option. So I thought, the plan with that was I buy these franchises, they're 10-year deals. In 6 or 7 years, I start looking at maybe somebody will open one in Saratoga and want to buy Albany. I mean,
sure.
Yeah, you never know.
Right, because I'll have it established.
Yeah.
I'll have 10 years with the company. And you know what? I don't care that they were my customers and now they're 1 hour customers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to want customers anymore.
Right.
I'm not giving them my own phone number. So why wouldn't somebody, if they can make a go of it, buy that? And that's why I bought both of them. I can sell the 1 hour and keep the Benjamin Franklin.
Sure.
Or maybe one of my employees will want to, take over the Benjamin Franklin. Or you don't have to renew. So if you don't like the franchise, and that's why I did it like this, if you don't like the franchise idea, then it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to renew, but
Yeah, because they take
I still have all the company.
They take yearly fees from you guys, and then they take a percentage of each sale that comes in, or
They take monthly fees.
monthly fees,
Yeah.
regardless of what your numbers are, or is it all based around revenue?
Based on revenue.
Based on revenue, yeah.
So yeah, I think I just want to cut in for
Yeah,
a second.
please
I think
do.
you said something really important, Randy, and I think you're not the only business owner in the trades who's in that situation. I think there's probably others who don't really have a set succession plan.
Yeah, because none of my family wanted to get into it, so I had to figure something else out.
But you said an employee could be a potential person to fill that role. So, for younger people who are watching, but you go to trade school, you work hard for some years, and you be sitting in your seat, doing what you're doing.
You know what? I mean, if you're successful and you made enough money along the way, you don't need somebody to write you a check for $2 million. I mean, you can work with them as long as you know the person, and you know that they're going to keep running it the way I'm running it. They're going to be making more than enough money to give me what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's the key to this. You're never going to own Google. You're never going to. Come to work for a small company and work with them and show that you're dedicated and show that you're willing to put in the time. Who knows?
Yeah,
sky's the limit.
Yeah. Last question: if you were going to give any of the listeners one piece of advice on being successful in the blue collar industries, what would it be?
Show up, and follow up. I can't tell you how many customers tell me, well, at least you showed up. The last 3 guys never even came.
I hear the same thing.
And he goes, well, I'm still waiting for a price from the other 2 guys. So that's why I'm there at 5 o'clock. I show up. If I go today, they're going to have a quote tomorrow morning. Or the same day. If I have time at the end of the day, I'll do it then. And I'll tell you what, I probably get 60 to 7% of my work because of that.
And I can attest to that because Randy has done a lot of work for me over the years, and he'll come look at a job, and I can't believe it, but either the same day or that next morning, I got a quote in my hands. It's amazing. It really is.
Well, that's why people keep calling me.
Yeah.
I know, because I have to hire people once, and it's like, if I had worked like these companies,
Chasing
I don't know how to be in business.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, any other questions?
I'm done.
You're good? All right.
Anything else you wanted to add in, Randy?
No, I think we got everything. We covered everything.
Well, we appreciate you coming up and jumping on the show with us, and I'm sure
Thanks
the
for having
listeners
me.
appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. And you on social media or anything like that? People want to find you, learning more about you and what you're doing?
BenjaminFranklinAlbany.com is our website. We're on Facebook under Farrell Brothers Inc. All kinds of other things, but I don't know all those addresses. But if you Google Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, it'll all pop up, and you can go to our Facebook page.
Awesome.
Join our email list. You'll get our specials every month.
Very nice. Monthly email?
Monthly email.
Monthly email. And we are Blue Collar Startup on Instagram, I think. Or Blue Collar.
Working on that.
Yeah, or Blue Collar Startup.
You're up on that as I am.
It's funny. BlueCollarStartup.io is our website. So thanks for listening and viewing, and we'll see you next time.